Healthy one day, popping pills, pumping medicine, pricking your finger, monitoring insulin levels, and tracking blood sugar the next. That's a big difference, right? That is the life of a diabetic. Health specialist Haley Smith joined us with what you can do to avoid becoming a part of a statistic. And Haley, what'd you find out?
Oh, geez, Mike, 26 million people in 2012 had diabetes, and that's in the United States. Now, another 79 million have pre-diabetes. That's according to the American Diabetes Association. And the organization says that those numbers will continue to rise unless we take stronger action. 18-year-old Chris Carey was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was 8.
I have an insulin pump, which gives me insulin all the time on a continuous basis. And when I eat things, I have to tell it to give me extra.
And after 10 years of living with diabetes, he's got the routine down pretty well. But for many, getting used to a medical problem that will last an entire lifetime is a much harder transition.
It often occurs later in life, though. With the rise of overweight and obesity, we are seeing it younger and younger children developing type 2 diabetes.
And in Carey's case, doctors say there was nothing he could do to stop it.
Type 1 diabetes is not predictable, it's not preventable right now, it's not associated to the way you live or the way you eat. It just happens to people.
But for those on the brink of a type 2 diagnosis, there are a handful of things you can do to prevent it, but it won't be easy.
To give up your soda pop, to give up your chips, to start eating healthier, those are big changes to undertake.
The American Diabetes Association projects that by 2050, 1 in 3 adults will have diabetes unless more rigorous steps are taken to stop it.
20 years ago, we saw almost no type 2 diabetes in children.
And the average number of kids with diabetes now is 1 in every 400. According to the ADA, 2 out of 3 people with diabetes die from heart disease. And diabetes is the leading cause of blindness among adults. But doctors say this diagnosis can be controlled.
So I didn't really feel too bad about it. It was just kind of annoying. That's kind of how I feel about it now, too.
And Dr. Murray says when you accept the diagnosis, it's easier to make the changes so you can live a happy life while still managing your diabetes. We will continue our coverage on diabetes all day tomorrow for Diabetes Day on KSL starting at 5 a.m. You can share your stories on social media, hear doctors' advice on diabetes issues, and learn how other Utahns are coping with diabetes.